Pressure. It's pressure. Listen, folks, what we are coming up in this week is going to feel like a decent amount of pressure. Getting down to it, you already know, guys. I don't know if y'all missed me, but I hope you did. Hey, we're coming back in here with a Sunday prep. Up against what could be one of the most volatile weeks pressing through. We got Tesla earnings on July 19th. I'm moving to my new spot on the 15th. Obviously, I'll still be shooting videos here up until I get everything set up over there. But that's something that's volatile. We're looking forward to possibly our verdict coming in from Judge Zurn on what she's going to do, whether or not she delays, proceeds to allow this conversion. You know, there's a lot of nail biting, a lot of action going on. There's going to be a lot of rifting that goes on. Like I said, if she does allow this conversion to happen, the way the AMC is going to move, I believe it's going to be a swift transaction as well. So we got all that on the back of our necks as well as we move forward. Let's get down to it, guys. Not too much further ado, but y'all already know how we got to start it off. Wait. Cue that wind effect, God. Bring it in. It's a pep talk. We about to turn to a pep rally. Bring it in. Yes, sir. So without further ado, let's jump down to this, guys. Make this a little pretty snappy video. I might try to catch me a mimosa or two. I said I was, and I've been lit all weekend. I can't lie to you. But like I said, this is the portfolio's jumping. What can we complain about? Like I said, we trying to get more thoughts on more yachts. You hear me? And like I said, I'm getting called left and right, baby. But without further ado, this lady look like a praying mantis. Yes,
Luke
sir.
Tilley, he's the chief economist at Wilmington Trust. Luke, good to see you.
Thanks for having me back, Lauren.
Yeah, so first off, in your view, was the jobs report good or bad, or shall I say Goldilocks?
Yeah, I think it's pretty good, and it's pretty
the
close
Claman
to
Countdown. This supposed to be Liz.
209,000
Who is
jobs
this
that you
imposter?
cited is a nice slowdown. And actually, there was a big bump from government jobs. When we look at just private payroll growth, which of course is a better indicator of what employers are doing out there, we had the slowest job growth that we've had in about 2.5 years, really since the recovery. So I paint this as good news because it's really slowing down. It's that labor market slowdown that we want to see that's sort of alleviating some of that pressure there. And I say almost Goldilocks because that wage pressure is still a little bit too high. There's clearly still some tightness in the labor market, and I think that wage pressure will still drive some nerves for the Fed. But all in all, I think it's a pretty strong report, Lauren.
You know, Luke, it puts me in an odd position to say, well, I don't want workers to make more money. We're barely getting by. But, you know, finally, we have wage growth at 4.4% annually. That's higher than CPI, which is 4%. I know that's a problem for the Fed, but should that be celebrated, that your money might actually be going further? And I know I'm making this grimace because our money just isn't going far these days because of inflation.
It is a nice change. I completely agree with that notion, Lauren, because we finally have real wage gains, as you pointed out, wage gains that are stronger than the pace of inflation. And that certainly helps out house.
Guys, and while we watch this, and I know that we go over this coverage, guys, I hope that everybody understands that inflation doesn't ever go down. Like, you know, at one point they were buying, you know, Snickers bars. These people that watch the channel now, they were able to buy Snickers bars at one point for 25 cents. $1 got you a pretty decent little bag going out of a store, to where now, you know, we've gotten acquired growing up to where you a $2 soda, a can, a $2 bottle of Coca-Cola, $1.50 can of Coca-Cola is a normal thing. People are just going to get used to inflation, just like we're seeing that with this economy now, where I've reported on, I forgot what video it was, where it's kind of, you know, the American economy, which is the strongest economy in the world, is just eating it. People are going to get used to it, and they're going to deal with it. They're going to go do whatever it takes to get more money, and this is why I say investing is the only avenue to be able to actually have some true financial freedom. You can try to be working for your whole life, you cannot, but you also go look up the 4 Square Life, which we might go over that in a second. But let's get down to this video.
And I don't necessarily think and sort of believe the market narrative that anytime you have these wages high, it necessarily is going to drive inflation higher and it's going to be a problem. That's what the Fed has communicated, and that's clearly their concern. But there's no real hard and known reliable link between this wage growth and inflation. I think what we're seeing right now is that stronger wage growth and employees are making more, but also that businesses have gotten more productive. They've figured out how to do more with less. And that's really helping them out, because if you look at some other indicators of producer prices and sort of what it costs
some stuff we're gonna cover with that as well,
providers to bring their goods and services to market, they're experiencing less and less pressure. And really the only way for that to happen is through productivity. So I might be a little bit of an outlier here, but that wage growth is not really driving inflation, I don't think. And I don't think it's as much of a concern as some others do.
Speaking of doing more with less, union strikes. I mean, 340,000 UPS union workers could go on strike as early as next month. That's a huge deal. I was just recording the latest strikes that we've seen. Hotel workers out in California, the Hollywood writers strike. The unions are very confident right now. They have the upper hand. How much does that impact the picture for you?
Yeah, I think those will definitely drive some short-term fluctuations and some imbalances. Clearly, UPS going on strike would be a challenge for those types of delivered goods. But more broadly, I think it's reflective of a labor market that remains pretty tight. What we've seen over the past couple of years, those wage gains are coming from a situation where labor really has the upper hand, where there's a shortage of labor. Encouragingly, I think we're starting to see that turn. Since the beginning of this year, over the first 6 months, we've had 2 million people join the labor force over the first 6 months of the year. The labor force participation rate for the so-called prime age, between ages of 25 and 54. So in this morning's report, that hit the highest level that it's been since May of 2002. So, more than 2 decades that we've had that high of participation. What that really means is that we've got more and more people moving back into the labor market, and that should alleviate some of that sort of pressure that we've had where workers have had more bargaining power. I'm not saying that's good, bad, or indifferent. I'm just saying that the strikes are really reflective of that increased bargaining power that we've seen over the past 2 years, Lauren.
Overall, though, Luke, I would say you sound pretty optimistic. Would you agree?
I think a lot of the data over the past couple of months have really pushed the narrative closer to the soft landing story and away from the recession story. Now, we're still standing at Wilmington Trust on basically a 50-50 call between that mild recession and a soft landing. And we keep moving, I think, closer towards the soft landing, because what we continue to see, jobs report earlier this week with ISM services, is stronger growth, but we also see those inflation pressures coming down. So it's still sort of a narrow strip to land on, but that soft landing is looking more and more attainable.
And people, everybody should note this. The simple fact of the matter is that they're not going to ever call it a recession in general. Guys, I personally, in my personal opinion, have said that we've been in recession already for the last, 8 months? 7 months, we've already been in a recession. We're seeing those prices spike. But like I said, they never going to just throw the name, oh, yeah, we're in a recession. So with this simple fact, there's a possibility of us having a softer landing, right? Just because the simple fact there's never going to really actually be a pinpoint thing on what a recession is. I don't know if anybody remembers where they literally changed the definition of what a recession is like 3 times, like last year. So like I said, I don't think there's going to be a point where they're going to kind of say, and if they do, it's bad. So I don't think that we're going to hit something that they call a recession. I don't think it's going to be at any time in this near future. So
over the past couple of weeks, Lauren.
I'll take it.
Well, whatever
Tilley,
that's
have
worth.
a great weekend. Thank you for the time.
Thank you, little grasshopper. All right. Let's close this thing out here. Let's get down to the nitty-gritty. Getting ready for my American Idol auditions. All right, guys. So double tapping in first. We're going to speak on our AMC play. Like I said, guys, we have much pressure that's building up, and everybody's sitting up here. Like I said, all this, we were saying that last month, all the way to build up of coming through to the current date, to where it's like, I could tell after we went about halfway through last month, I was like, all right, nothing's going to happen. They're going to have this suppressed until that judgment comes out, and everything relies on that judgment. Everybody must know. I expect everybody to have a certain strategy, whether you're playing arbitrage, whether you expect to hold through, whether you expect, you think that the conversion's good. Hey, all that is to each person's their own trader, but you need to have a plan and expectation. I personally have an expectation this conversion is going to go through. And we have these discussions all the way in the comments where it's like, AMC would destroy the market, guys. So there's a reason that GG, that nobody said anything, when this is clearly the most watched stock, the biggest play that's going on in the markets right now, the most frauded play around, the most frauded play in history. And that's the fact of what we've known from 2 years ago is that this is a market killing that's only gotten larger. If that judge does delay, even that alone would send this thing rocking. Like I said, I'm not going to hope for the best. I don't live on hopium strategy. Hey, I expect the worst, and all we can do is hope. Or not, I don't even say hope. Well, I guess you could say that we hope that it goes this way, but I have an expectation of the worst. So I'm not going to sit here and be like, I expect it to go. No. If you've been at AMC for the last 3 years, you know these guys will pull out that fraudulosa and turn something into something else. So like I said, I have my expectations. Like I said, there's plenty of money to be made through this arbitrage, but you must know how this occurs. I don't know if anybody's been through reverse splits. Like I said, there's a lot of possibilities of things. If you're getting locked out of shares, there's possibilities of, like I said, when we were in COSM, I watched the run happen. I'm blowing Charles Schwab up because I couldn't get access to him because they hadn't gotten the shares delivered while it was trading. Turned out Webull and Robinhood were the people that were able to actually capitalize on it because they were able to actually trade their shares before everybody else actually got access to them. So you should all have this in account and everybody understand what this is that you're stepping into, because that's what the main goal of this thing is for retail. But continuing on through, 0 shares available. The crazy factor, 947% cost to borrow, guys. We're literally at 1,000 cost to borrow. This is getting insane. This is where I said the thing is maxed. We had the crazy thing where you were sitting down there. Look at this. Now you see how it's rising back up? 69, 59. This right here, I want to know what occurred here. I want to know what this was right here where it busted down to 30% short percentage. And as we know, they're sending 100% of the shares through the dark pool. So for them to only be able to short 31% of what was going on, it just makes me trigger to think, okay, is what's causing the tightness? If they, and like I said, we can't know, and everybody's got this speculation whether like, okay, the judge could be working, the judge be paid off. Hey, all I know is this: if there was such surety on it, right? I just don't see how they wouldn't continue to fraud. You know they can make shares appear. So for it to be sitting up here like this at this point, shares haven't appeared. For us to still be on this threshold list, and of course this is marked up as Friday. We have to see on Tuesday what it is for Monday. But like I said, there's a lot of stuff lining up to where it's like even a slight delay would send this thing off up the ladder, the stairwell to green beans, right? But like I said, we don't have expectations of that. We hope, but like I said, it all relies on that judge's verdict. I wish you would come out and drop out her decision on Monday or Tuesday and not have us waiting like we're getting a bad butt whooping from our mother later when she gets home from work, because that's what that feels like. Guys, pulling in deeper. Just as we always say, like I said, the greatest generational wealth transfer is underway, guys. AI. BBC reports that while AI will impact millions of jobs in the future, there are two key skill set it's unlikely to overtake: innovation and emotional intelligence. Now look at this here. Harvard will teach students using an AI instructor next semester. I actually saw some of this on YouTube, where it was actually they have generated a person, just like those deep fakes, where it's somebody instructing the class like on the screen, guys. AI is here. If you're missing out on your money, hey, that's fine with y'all. But like I said, I'm going to have the big yacht with the thoughts on. I'm having a smaller little short bus yacht for those that didn't want to take advantage of what's going on out here. We're going to swing along. But like I said, before I jump into that, I want to make a quick depiction of something that I say is a drastic thing everybody should understand when it comes to this investing thing, which is called the 4 square of life, right? Let me see if I can draw this out right quick. Got the 4 square life. You got E. Up under that, you got S, you got an I, and then you got a B. We'll just call it a B, right? And what this is up here, guys, you got a an employee, someone who has to constantly go, and for that money to be generated, you have to be there working. You get sick, your back gets broken, that money stops, right? That's something that you have to cue in on. Even someone who's self-employed, like a food truck owner, right? Guess what? If you get sick, if you're not there, if you're on vacation, that money stops. It kneels out. Now, over here is what we call financial freedom. You have a business owner and you have an investor, right? I, investor, B for business owner. It's funny that 99% of business owners are investors. And believe it or not, as an investor, you are a business owner. When you buy a share of something like Tesla, you become part owner of that company. So both of those run in tandem, right? And the two links off of these two things, right, is with that investor, he can be off on the beach somewhere. And guess what? That business owner that has employed those employees is making money for that investor, right? And vice versa, that investor is making money for that business owner off the money that he continues to invest. Both of these people, though, can be nowhere near wherever the money's happening and still be generating money. And guys, that's the key of what we call financial freedom. That's the four square of life, that terminology. And I always keep that in my head because, like I said, I see a lot of people that go to school. I want to be a doctor. I want to be built to be the greatest worker, right? But the thing is, the idea is not to be a worker. You want to be the owner. You want to be the investor. You want the money to work for you, not you work for the money. And if your money isn't working as hard as you're working, there's a problem. That's an issue. That's just short math. Just say quick math things. That's going to go left, right? But now let's keep sliding down through. And I want to put that in your ear as we continue. I keep bashing it in y'all's brains. What is this? This is Reuters. I don't know how to say Reuters. Hey, y'all know what I'm saying here. France upbeat on attracting major Tesla investment. Finance minister says. We're going to read down quickly. And now, while everything's going on, I want y'all to see what's going on in the background. July 9th, Paris. French finance minister Bruno Le Maire on Sunday. Hey, y'all, don't forget, no. Let me hit it one more time. I'll just tell you, I do a little something. Minister Bruno Le Maire on Sunday said he was very hopeful Tesla chief executive Elon Musk will pick France for a what in God's green earth? Why can't I read this word right now? Substantial. Jesus, what's going on here? What's going on? Hey, that was some bad tequila. I got to stick back to my 1800. Substantial investments linked to the production of electric vehicles in Europe. Musk recently met French government officials, including President Emmanuel Macron, as he explores options for future production sites. Asked whether an investment could be linked to battery sales or other parts of Tesla business, Bruno Le Maire told LCI television several options on the table. Guys, I want everybody to cue in while we we're happy about all the sales with the cars. Understand Tesla makes battery packs. This is a tech energy company as well. So when I say that you're buying an S-tier company, you got to understand these guys are building a grid for electric. The new renewable source. This is bigger than just the cars you see and driving around. The cars are one fraction of what this company is. That's why I say, when you see that man big head up there and them weird shoes that he wears, but like I said, he's stunting one. I ain't mad. I got a couple of my Chelsea boots in the closet of them, my lemon pepper steppers. The guy is doing massive things, and for you to sit up and say, what's Tesla sitting there now? Because everybody want to sit back and play around. I see everybody's picking up more now, but here we are at 274 going to 300. But don't mind y'all, Big B was telling y'all way back when. Let's see over here. Where were we at? I done pulled out so far out on. Here we are. Way back when, on the first of the month, first of the year, January 1st, at $101. Hey, guys, this is Tesla. Now, here we are climbing up 300. Mind you, don't forget they had stock splits already. So this has hit thousands of dollars. Had they not stock split, this share count up here would be probably somewhere around 4,000 a share right now, right? But there is no sense in trying to time the market, dollar cost average, and these are long-term investments. Yeah, I always recommend having a 10 to 20% of your portfolio, and what I have is my Webull, right, which is what I do my gambling from, and then you have your long-terms I use for Charles Schwab, right? And obviously, if y'all want to join in those, there's links in the description. Y'all go check out those links, help the channel out. But that's what you're building up these S-tier companies that when a 5-year, 10-year horizon comes down, you're going to be able to have, what they say, that's wife-changing money. I know some people married right now. You like, if I just had $4 million. Okay, I'm telling you, Tesla, NVIDIA, Apple, Microsoft, XRP, Bitcoin, Ethereum, XRP. Let's see here. XRP? Did I say Apple? Did I say XRP? Guys, listen, there's a lot of money to be made out here and a lot of things that are going on, but staying back and being a bottom dweller is going to get your toe up out here. But like I said, I'm going to have that short bus. I'm going to have that short bus yacht for you, okay? Now let's pull on through. Tesla Giga Shanghai is completing production line set up for Model 3 Highland. So like I said, we saw all the reports of China. Y'all are seeing all these things. Even with your Janet Yellen is slipped over in China. I don't know if everybody's aware. Janet Yellen's over in China right now and was having a discussion. It might have been in it, but like I said, the narrative that's set up here is not always as it seems. I know that everybody thinks those are our enemies. We're going to war with them. No, we're not. Guys, 90% of the debt of America belongs to them. I don't know how you can have an op, but you also borrow a bunch of things from them, right? And that opposition needs you just as much as them because they're a big production. We are made of a massive consumer economy. We're both peas of a pod. Hey, this pea might be up at the top of the pod, and we might be at the other part of the pod, but we still in the same pod. So all that nonsense where it's like, oh, we're gonna fight over Taiwan. No, we're not. No, we're not. But anywho, they're getting ready to be pushing out that mass production, that Model 3, which is the cheapest Tesla, which is already top seller in Australia, New Zealand, over there in Europe, guys. The game changer, you can get one of those now over in America for less than what it costs for a Camry, especially if you're up there over by LA, right? Nevada, where you get the double tax. It's almost $14,000 that you get off of electric vehicles. And that's also being pushed by your government, yours truly's government. So like I said, y'all might want to see that thing. But here's a funny thing here. Guys, apparently, I don't know if this is actually going to happen, but everybody knows that Elon Musk has challenged Zuckerberg to an actual fight. So I don't know if this is actually occurring, but what he put in, he said, whenever our fight gets ownership of the other personal social media platform for 24 hours. Obviously, Elon owns Twitter. One second here. Make sure this fixed. Hold up. Somebody gave me a call. All right, we back on. We back on. Right in the dead center, middle of it. But what's it called? Whenever our fight gets ownership of the other's personal social media platform for 24 hours. You win, you get Twitter. I win, I get Meta, which is Facebook and Instagram, right? Let me know, Best, Elon, your wife drives a Tesla Musk. Guys, I love this guy. I swear I love this guy. It's something about being brilliant. This is what I do in real life. People can't just imagine that I can be such a troll or so funny and still be intelligent at the same time. I like guys like this. This is hysterical to me. And, you know, people down in the comments going crazy. He said, what are you going to do with Meta for 24 hours? People are like, oh, yeah, you're going to knock out Mark Zuckerberg. He's like, you name it, I'll do it. He said, will you fire the engineers? He said, maybe. He said, listen, this is the fact that Mark Zuckerberg's wife actually drives a Tesla. Coming on down, what he said, you can change the Meta logo to Doge. He said that would be fun. Like I said, guys, this is just stuff so y'all can see the difference between a CEO that's got things up and running and then what it seems like to be with a CEO that's in tandem with these people, because all these people are down here Tesla investors. This is what I say, the Tesla fanboy group is something immaculate. This is what I mean. But like I said, don't hold out, guys. I want to make this quick and snappy, but I just want everybody to understand, one, the week coming ahead, prepare yourself for what's going on with our court case. Prepare yourself. You need to have a plan. Be ready. Like I said, have expectations. What will you do if there's a lockout? What is your price point? What will make you pull the trigger? What will make you hold? What new? You need to have this stuff all set up, but then also on the outskirts of that, NVIDIA, Tesla, Microsoft, Apple, these companies are banger-la-dangers. Y'all are watching AI come in. This is the greatest thing that's happened since sliced bread. I'm telling you right now, and we're alive in it. Missing out on this opportunity. Hey, I don't knock anybody, but like I said, I'm going to be sitting back here like this on you. Hey, as it continues to go up, I'm just be looking at you like this. All I can do is like, hey, I try to tell you. But listen, much love to y'all. Hey, much love for support, guys. Hey, we're running to 900 and then up to 1,000 subscribers. Y'all keep up the support. Keep up the comments. Keep up everybody having personal opinions. Like I said, we're going to resolve anybody that's coming in just talking trash. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion. We're not doing this whole shaming thing when people come in like a lackluster level one investor. You can't say that. Hey, that's not what we're building. No. We're building an actual community. We're building a family. We're building some evolving investors. We're putting actual information down. We got, like I said, come in next month so I get everything settled. We're going to start going to putting some option plays out here, guys. There's money to be made. And there's yachts to be bought. That's all I'm trying to tell you. Hey, you know, you can finance a boat for 50 years. Don't do that. That's a stupid idea. We just gonna have to cash the bank out on it. But more or less, much love to y'all. Y'all boys already know what's next. Yes, sir.